Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, yes. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Radha, Krishna Radha, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Welcome. Here we are again. Krishna, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaurava. Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gauravakta Vrinda, Gauravakta Vrinda, Shri Advaita Nityananda, Gaurachandra, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Nimai Pandit of Nadia, Nimai Pandit of Nadia is my Lord and Master. Nimai Pandit of Nadia is my Lord and Master. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Gauranga. Let's see. Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hmm. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Rama, 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 Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Oh, my Lord Krishna. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, 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 Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Krishna 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, oh my Lord, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Krishna 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radha Radha, Radha Radha Radha, Radha 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 Radha, Radha 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 Radha, Radha Krishna 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 Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasari, Gaura Bhaktavinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivasari, Gaura, Bhaktavinda, Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivasari, Gaura, Bhaktavinda, Krishna, Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Oh my Lord Krishna 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 Radha 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 Krishna 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Srila Prabhupada 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Jaya, Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear friends, how's it going out there? Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Let's see here. Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. What is it? Chapter 18 of 10th Canto. Lord Balaram slays demon Pralamba. Oh, music is on. Okay, thank you there. Sukadev Goswami said, hey, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Sukadev Goswami said, surrounded by his blissful companions. See, surrounded by his blissful companions. Another name for Krishna is, and Balaram, is they're the lords of bliss. Can you imagine having a god of bliss? People don't even know what is bliss. Bliss is a spiritual level of consciousness. See, you can say it's like an emotion, man. It's bliss. It's a special kind of happiness. See, so blissful companions. And the idea of Balaram, it's actually the perfect human being. See, he's Krishna's brother, Krishna's friend. He's Krishna's servant. See? What do you think we're meant to be? See? That's why it says the spiritual master represents Nityananda or Balaram. They're Nityananda. See, they learn. See, they're here, they learned and they're here to teach how to serve Krishna intimately. See, this is the thing. And isn't that what it's about? Having the Holy Spirit of bliss, see, as our companion. Okay? This is the thing. When you have Krishna, when you're introduced to Krishna, you go through the door. That's the representative of Balaram or the representative of Nityananda in our line. See, you go through the door. See, and then the Lord becomes your friend, just like Krishna is the friend of Balaram, the original. He's the original friend. Where it started from. See, and then all these other rasas too. You see, we have like these four rasas that are in Vrindavan, or five, they say five with the neutrality. But servant of Krishna, see, all his servants are, very blissful, see, because they serve the Lord. See, the Lord, this Lord of bliss. This is the Lord people don't know. See, they're serving. I was never able to imagine, but I experiencing it now. Unexplainable happiness. Yeah, see, that's that blissful, unexplainable. This is that peace that surpasses all understanding. It's the joy of the Lord. All these things, see, that are actually when you got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and He's made you an eternally liberated soul. You get to relish and taste these transcendental states with the awakened spiritual senses. This is what the devotees don't understand. They don't understand. And then, too, like that time when we were in Belgium, Janaki remembers, I'm sure, and whoever else was there. We were so ecstatic, because we were together. See, devotees, the Lord likes to associate with his devotees. He associates with us here like this, but it was special. You get together physically. And the Lord comes, and we were just like drunk on ecstasy and everything, and we were doing very playful things, and so anyway, Karuna snapped all these pictures. There, we were just playful like children, kissing each other, but anything, sexual or anything like that. It was all like children in Vrindavan, that kind of thing. And so anyway, these pictures are out and everybody misunderstands. They think, oh, you see, that was homosexual. Oh, that was this, that was that. Yeah, so don't be bewildered by that because they're passing stuff around, because that's what Maya does. She deceives and she lies and she cheats. Everything was actually innocent. See, and it just looks like it was, but that's the way it is. Vrindavan looks like what's going on here, looks like regular children or friends playing with friends and all that stuff, but it's transcendental. See, devotees can relish that, like when you see or hear like Lalita reading the pastimes, see, relishing the transcendental nature of that. The perverted reflection of that is the world. In the world, and so people don't know what is rapture, and spiritual bliss until they come in through the door. To the, ultimately, when you're fed up with the happiness and distress of the world, because you think, oh yeah, I'm going to be happy if I engage in activities that are in the mode of goodness, engage in activities that are passionate, like, oh, I'm going to make a lot of money and then I'll be happy. Oh, I'm going to get the most beautiful wife and have a lot of babies and experience all this lust and all this, and this is going to make me happy. See, and never perfect fulfillment in that, because it's the mirror, it's the reflection of how it is for a devotee. Devotee is also never satisfied. See, but this is perfect. This is the perfection of life, is to become like Balaram. Not to become Balaram is Balaram. See, and you are you, and I am who I am. Prabhupada is who he is, and you are who you are. See? Are you of the same family as Prabhupada and Balaram and all that? That's the question. Like one lady said, she showed that picture of me kissing Rangaleka. It was just a very fat, he just was kissing everybody, and he kissed on the lips. It was like 3 seconds, and then it was done. But you snap a picture, and people imagine so many things. See? And one lady, Vaidhi Bhakta, comes up and says, she wrote something, would Prabhupada kiss somebody on the lips? It is not proper for a guru to do that and all that, See, so they're all thinking, and I said, well, Prabhupada is Prabhupada. He did what he did. He did things, that you probably wouldn't condone either. It's always like that. People always misunderstand what real devotees do and say, and their emotions and everything, because it's another level. It's the liberated level here. If any of these Vaidhi Bhaktas want to be liberated, they're going to have to come here. Otherwise, they stay and they'll criticize and they'll condemn, they'll want to control, and they'll tell what guru's supposed to do. See, I have, they always want to tell me what to do. They want to teach me and all of that stuff. Teach me what? We're here to teach you guys, man. We're here to teach you about the Lord of Bliss and ecstasy. But you can't teach that unless that Lord of Bliss is your real master, because you won't have the words, man. Just like Lalita said when she felt she was cut off from that transcendental Lord, she didn't have the words. That's how it is, man. You have to be connected with the Lord to have the words, the word that liberates people, the word of conclusive truth, the words of spiritual power. And if anybody believes in them, boom, they're healed, man. Their spiritual eyes are open. Their spiritual ear will open. They'll be able to relish topics of Krishna, spoken by real devotees. Otherwise, you're deaf and dumb. I got all these deaf and dumb gurus here, man. They're deaf, dumb, and blind. And you're following them, and you're in darkness, man. Hey, it's time for the Jesus-like teaching. It's what he said. He was a guy whose eyes were open, and he proclaimed that truth. He said, "Hey, man, you have blind guides. See, without being able to relish this transcendental bliss and ecstasy, and you're chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, this is practical. You're blind, deaf, and dumb. That's your gurus out there. I haven't seen one person that I would say was not blind, deaf, and dumb. That's your teachers, all of them. There ain't one except here. Now we even make this, my disciples are their ears are awakening, their eyes are opening, and their mouths are speaking the true glories of the Lord. You want that? Hey, if you don't hanker after that, you're going to die. External devotees, Vaidhi Bhaktas, enthralled by rituals and all that stuff. And those who are ready to come here will. If you want more, just like Lalita, she had spiritual experience in 2010, she was saying today, and then when she found Guru, then that once in a while, once in a blue moon experience became consistent. See, in other words, she perfects her bhakti when you find Guru. And many of you out there in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Smriti, have you had that occasional spiritual experience, but doesn't repeat often? Yeah, well, you'll perfect that bhakti when you come here, because this is the only place on the planet I've seen the possibility to perfect this bhakti. The associates, the real associates of Lord Chaitanya are very rare. The blissful, ecstatic, tranced out devotees of Lord Chaitanya are very rare. I haven't met one that I would say this is a real devotee, living in this world. Maybe they are hiding around somewhere, but I haven't seen anybody, like preaching like Lord Chaitanya was preaching and Nityananda were preaching the real bliss of Vrindavan. Is that our fault that we're showing you what the Lord showed you 550 years ago that hasn't been seen? It was in, if you can get into Prabhupada's room and he had all these guards keeping you out, yeah, then you might see something. Or Bhakti Vinod, which was even more secret. Yeah, or Bhakti Siddhanta, or anybody that's a real associate of Lord Chaitanya, and they kept it secret until now. I've been told, shout it from the rooftops now, just like Jesus told his disciples. See, when he disappeared, now you shout it from the rooftops, you know? So Prabhupada disappeared, and I got the order, you shout it from the rooftops, man. And I do. You don't like it? Too bad. You don't get into the kingdom. You stay out there. You do your rituals for another 5, 10 lifetimes. Go follow Narayan Raj and many lifetimes by trying to lift yourself up to the transcendental platform of Vrindavan on your own strength, and see how futile that is. Try to go through these gurus who don't have the power to bring you there, and they can't prove nothing. Narayan Raj could prove nothing. Didn't take one disciple that I met, not even one, to the transcendental platform, and you, oh, he's so great. Yeah, well, where's the fucking greatness, man? What, to bring, oh, you're nice persons? He's a nice person? That ain't good enough, man. It's like filthy rags before the true Lord. The only thing that cleans filth, this is the purport to St. Paul's preaching. The only thing that cleans those filthy rags is pure love of God. Now you're cleansed and now you're clean. Now you can clean other people. Otherwise, everybody's still dirty. You're dirty. See, your hands are dirty. You're just by taking the name representative of Vrindavan, you're dirty, man. You're still serving Putana until you're the real deal, man. Until you're the real resident of Vrindavan and you can prove it and not bullshit people, and then keep them worshiping you into the oblivion of darkness still, because you're not it, man. Why are you following the many lifetime path that he promised you when you can get into the kingdom of God now in this lifetime with being around ecstatically blissful devotees who are in the kingdom of God? Doesn't make sense, but people do senseless things now. They're so full of pride. See? So anyway, that's the way it is, man. You don't perfect your bhakti. If you've had any spiritual experiences, until you find and are favorable and open to hearing from real devotees who have matured devotion more than you don't go anywhere, man. It's only by association with the higher devotees, the deeper ones, the ones who are manifesting more bliss and ecstasy than you. Can you imagine? You guys are fools, I'm telling you, just directly. Maybe that'll wake you up, you stupid Vaidhi Bhaktas. You're so dumb. Here you have ecstatic devotees, and you can't even see. You're so blind. So blind. Here's reality. Reality is ecstatically, intimately worshiping Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, like an intimate friend. See, that's what Balaram represents. That's what Balaram wants to give you. That's what Nityananda wants to give you. That's what Nityananda's servant wants to give you. That's why if you want to meet Nityananda, you meet his servant. See, and they have the qualities of Nityananda to make you to have a relationship with Krishna and Lord Chaitanya like he does. Otherwise, it'll always, if you even have one, an occasional spiritual experience. Yeah, you have to have the one the Lord sends here to perfect your devotion. Yeah. There's no other way, actually. The followers of Lord Chaitanya don't hide. They share in Sankirtan. Yeah. So anyway, we're public preaching. I got the order, man. I got the confirmation. I got the order, man. I don't care what millions of you Vaidhi Bhaktas who have no devotion, what do you have to say? Nothing. You can say all you want. You can criticize you all you want. You can lie about the devotees. That's what you do. It shows you, hey, man, I stand before God. I know what's happening here. I even have physical witnesses here. And these guys, you think you're devotees and you lie and you cheat and you character assassinate the real devotees. People who are doing something in this world that is important, very important, most important, see? And you think that's being a devotee. No, no, you're just a politician, just a worldly person. It's called materialistic Vaishnavism, and you'll be crying, Lord, Lord, and won't be saved, you know. You hide the kingdom of God from you don't go in the kingdom of God, and you hide it from others also. Just like Jesus said, you hide it from others, you go and lie about the real devotees, you know. you know, and they think they can get in. It's always been like this. But anyway, maybe somebody out there has Krishna gives them some good sense to see, where honest devotees are amidst all these cheaters and liars and going by the name devotee. And you guys, if you believe in those leaders, those blind leaders and everything, you're blind like them. You're just blind guides and blind followers, just like Jesus taught. That time for that understanding is now. And until you admit your blindness, there's no repentance, and you'll die like a like a dry twig, see, with no green, see, no sprouts, nothing. See? And die with the fault finders. Isn't that what basically they find fault with real devotees and the sinners because you're full of sin still? You're full of sins. You can't, you believe them and then become more full of sins. You side with the fault finders. See, that's what the Vaidis do. You see, you do that until you're fed up and you see you've been cheated by your leaders because they're not real residents of Vrindavan. They're still serving the Putana in the name of Krishna, just like her. In the name of Krishna, she was acting like a resident of Vrindavan. That's you gurus, man, every one of you that I met. If you're not a real resident of Vrindavan and you don't have the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you don't ecstatically chant the holy name in great ecstasy, you're a liar and a cheater and a deceiver. That's Putana servant. See, you're serving that principalities in the name of serving Krishna, just like her. See, you're known by your deeds, man. And that's all these gurus I've met, living persons. And it ain't good enough to be a nice guy. Look at Daksha. Look at our examples in the Bhagavatam. He was a nice guy. See, but still had envy and jealousy of the real devotees. That's what I've seen still. That's why the Lord doesn't really work through him. He doesn't liberate through those devotees. Didn't liberate through Narayan Raj. It's time for you to hear, the apocalypse. The truth is, he didn't liberate. I didn't see anybody get liberated. Not in devotion. I didn't see one person become a resident of Vrindavan. All they became were talkers. No doers, No, the Lord not showing the whole thing that Lord Chaitanya came here was to relish and to transmit and to teach about transcendental mellows, to taste the nectar in the name. Not one of them can show it. Not one of them can transmit it. Even to this day. Therefore, it's the false line. It's time to know these things. And if you don't believe my word, which is very true and is very provable that that's not the real line, then you stay in that false line and you'll die dry, just like everybody I've seen there, with pride in it. You'll be so proud that you memorize verses and that you're Guru Dev now because you memorize the verses, but you don't understand them. You can only understand them without speculation. It's speculation to say I understand these verses without tasting them to the point of tears and ecstasy and be given the true words in the vision of the revealed scriptures, just like the scriptures say. See, only God could do that if he's chosen you as a vessel. It's nothing based on what you're wearing, and how you look or how many rubber stamps you get from these foolish blind leaders. GBCs and all these mundane clerks. No, is God working through you, man? Is Krishna working through you? Can you taste the mellows of devotion to the point of tears and laughter and tremblings and all these beautiful symptoms? Because if they're real and you're not faking people out like that stupid Johann, you'll have something to say that is beneficial, that is conclusive and not speculative, not poisoned. Can you imagine the example these people have? They don't have Guru Tattva even. None of them. None of these the ISKCON devotees, the ones who are disciples of Prabhupada, don't know the necessity for shiksha. See, Johann doesn't know the necessity for shiksha, instruction. See, they think they're better than Guru. That's called Mayavadi. They're equal and better than Guru. Mayavadi. They're caught in the Mayavadi sand trap, man. They can't hit the real ball. That's the state of affairs at this time, man. People can't move on. They're just imprisoned. And it's the word of God that liberates them. See? In the beginning was the word. In the beginning of your real spiritual life, Mr. Johans and your followers over there, in the beginning of your spiritual life is the word. See? In the beginning of you ISKCON, dry devotees, you Vaidhi Bhaktis and Varnashram buffs, intoxicated by these external ceremonies. In the beginning of your spiritual life will be shiksha. Otherwise, you're not spiritual yet. You're neophytes, blind neophytes, following blind guides. In the beginning of your spiritual life is the word. See, that's what the book of John, first chapter teaches. Beautiful verse. Where is that in the Vedas? Oh, yes, it's in there. The order of the Shikshagoer, the order of the spiritual master, is the active principle of spiritual life, the activating principle of spiritual life. You want to perfect your bhakti, you occasional spiritual experiences like Lalita is, right? She got guru and she got purified in this association, so that her experiences are very much more than occasional. Okay? So this is postgraduate. This is what all living entities. I don't care if you followed rules and regulations, you've been part of ISKCON or Gaudiya Smiti or Gaudiya Math or Radhakund Babaji's. If you haven't attained the ecstatic stage, which I haven't seen anybody impressive having those symptoms, then you need this kind of shiksha, because this is rare. Prabhupada was asked, how rare is a person who knows Krishna? If you don't have Lord Chaitanya's real mercy, you don't know Krishna. You can Radhe all you want. You don't know Krishna until you have Lord Chaitanya's mercy, because he's the one. This disciplic line, the real line, gives this ability to taste the true Krishna to the point of tears and ecstasies and rapture and the bliss of that realm. Otherwise, you can't give this to others. You can't awaken this. Krishna won't awaken in you. He's looking for a fertile place, for the egg to germinate. And that's the word of his real devotees. In the beginning of your spiritual life, see chapter 12, Adi Lila. In the beginning of your spiritual life, see, is the order and the opinion of the spiritual master, not a Johann's opinion. He never accepted the opinion of Guru, therefore he's just lost in the space of speculations. See? And anybody that is not ready for deliverance, they will gravitate over to that lost in space. Blind guy. Speculate on what is Guru and all that stuff. Nothing. See? And see? So if you want to rise up to the spiritual platform, you got to listen to Shiksha Guru, man, who is who they are. Very rare, very rare. Lalita says, preaching is only divine when God is speaking. Otherwise, you are just a student like others. There needs to be some divine power that affects the hearts of the listeners. Yeah, I mean, that's Krishna. And that's why people's heart is not affected. You know, there's in these sanghas out there, in Vaishnavism now, except here. Because Krishna doesn't, he said, why should I awaken around speculators, man? They can't feed me. The Lord is fed by his real devotees, right? You got to be like a Mother Yashoda, or a Sachi Devi to feed the Lord. He only lives on pure love, pure devotion for him. See? Not like, oh yeah, I want to be guru for myself, because I need followers. I want followers. I want to be important. I want all that. Krishna just he said that's not the right sangha. That's why I went into Narayan Raj group, and my bhakti didn't awaken inside. It just was pushed down. Krishna's saying that's not my food. Pride is not my food. They all want to be important. They want to be gurus, or they want to follow these people that are not real residents of Vrindavan. See, so they're inconclusive. You're inconclusive by your deeds, by your actions. Hey, Shamarani, you're just an example of what's going on there. You're inconclusive by your deeds. You're not a resident of Vrindavan. Why should people worship you? It doesn't make sense. Why are you promoting idolatry? Idolatry is you worship mundane objects. Oh, what? Do you think you're spiritual, or any of you gurus out there because you quote the verses that you memorize? This is the problem. People don't know what the real standard. Oh, Shamarani. Oh, this guru, that guru in the Narayana. You must be qualified because you can quote the verses. You memorized all these verses. Now, is that the God standard, really? I haven't memorized any verses, but the people who know me that have come here and listen, they call me guru. They call me spiritual master. And I haven't really memorized any verses, simple couple verses, Bhagavad Gita 10. Yeah. Why? Because what's important is what? Real bhakti, real conclusive truth, right? That's the standard here, man. Is God using you? See? And because if he is, and he's coming through you, you are a real Vaimedium, the real truth will come through you, and Krishna will awaken in the hearts of sincere people. See? And that's proof is in the pudding. That's the witness program. That's why people are standing up here that are sincere. See, and their Krishna, your Krishna, my Krishna, and your Krishna, see, your relationship with the same Krishna awakens, and you see how extraordinary it is, don't you? And that's your witness. Wow, my life has changed, man. I met the real guru, man. Krishna's awakening in me, and he could do that for you too. Anybody interested? Nah, I'm following Narayan Raj. He said many lifetimes. I believe him. I don't believe you. No. See, so you got a lot of that. But maybe there's some sincere people in there. In that Narayan Raj group will say, wow, really? Yeah, come on, check it out. And not like too proud because you guys believe in pride over there. I seen what you do, and proud. You believe in proud devotees who are wolves in sheep's clothing. They go like this, like ISKCONs and all that. Oh, but they're wolves in sheep's clothing. They do like this, right? Hypocritically, like this. But they go, yeah, give me your money, man. Give me your time. Give me your energy. Yeah, build the temples, man. Like that. Yeah, give me your worship. Give me all that stuff. Like this. Yeah, but give me all these things. A hypocrisy, man. And you do. You give all that. What do you get back? Wow, man, they made me temple president. They made me sannyasi. They made me guru. Okay? Or they gave me nothing and I worked for nothing and they threw me away when I was burnt out. That's all they can do. For God's sakes, give you more rules, more burdens, and more false ideas. Remember, I showed you the thing. Narayana said, yeah, chant Hare Krishna so you can become a great person. You can get all that you want. That is so fucking mundane, man. And you worship that person as the highest person here, a successor of Prabhupada? Where's the success? I tell you people here, you come here and worship Krishna to be close to Krishna, to be ecstatically intimate with the Lord. And people do it. And people get it here. He doesn't have the power to do that. So you just got to know that. To get you to chant, he has to tell you, well, if you chant Hare Krishna, then you can be a great person. Okay? Doesn't have the real power and mercy of Lord Chaitanya yet. Isn't that anybody ready for this? Or are you still impressed with the candy? Yeah, chant Hare Krishna, then you can be a great person. That means you don't have that much power to inspire people, to show them the real treasure of Krishna, the real treasure of having this loving, ecstatic relationship, the power of it, the glory of it. You don't have that? Well, then you're not a real associate. There's cheating there. People say he's a real resident of Vrindavan without the power of that. Come on, man. Isn't it time to get real? Where's the real devotee? Okay, where's the real door to Vrindavan? That's a real associate of Lord Chaitanya. They got the power. Only they do. I don't tell you, chant Hare Krishna, and then you can be a crime. What do I want a bunch of followers that are following for that? No, you follow because you want. Do you want ecstatic devotion? That's why you're going to come here. Krishna will rip your clothes off to get you there fast. I don't want that. Well, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't need that. I'm not looking for followers like that. I'm looking for friends. My Lord is looking for friends. Therefore, Gaur Haridas is looking for that kind of friend. And my Lord will rape you of that false ego bullshit that you believe in. You don't like it? Get the fuck out of here. Go to Narayan Raj and go for the candy, man. Yeah, chant Hare Krishna, and you can become a big guru. That's what he said. I showed it to you on video. That's okay. He was a nice guy, but it ain't good enough, man. My Lord sets a high standard, and he said that was high class. No, we're here to make really high class devotees. Real devotees. The word will mean devotee because you'll see what devotion is. It'll appear that you person loves God. I remember I was on a train and I was reading in ecstasy this Chaitanya Bhagavat that I love so much, and tears were pouring out of my eyes. I ran on a train, man. Tears were pouring. And this Indian man says, boy, you love God too much. You could see. Yeah, that's the kind of you don't come here because you want candy. Go to Narayan Raj if you want candy, man. He's the candy man. Yeah. Go to Radhakund Babaji's and you'll all be Raganuga in name only, but no tears will be pouring out of your eyes like here. And you need these. This is the qualification, man. If you don't have hankies when you're giving class and when you're chanting the holy name, then then you're not in the new Vrindavan yet. The renewed Vrindavan is to take stupid fools and proud so-called devotees and turn them into real devotees. Anybody ready for that in the Narayan Raj group? Or you still have faith in the many lifetime path? That, we've cut that down to this lifetime. Oh my God, nobody there speaks about the glory in the land of the living God. He even did not wake up. He even did not wake up there. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the whole thing. If you have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, it's like, in a sense, having the mercy of Jesus Christ. If you have the mercy of Jesus Christ, you'll preach that you can be delivered now. If you have the real mercy of even Jesus. And now Lord Chaitanya is the latest incarnation. If you have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, then you will preach the now path. But that I didn't see anybody with the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya. They couldn't preach the now path. It wasn't given to them to do that. That you can be delivered in this life or this week or this moment even. Depends on you and your, how you've been doing in previous times that you forgot. It all comes to remembrance now. Freddie says, they're down success is religious stress. Do this and that until you burn out. Throw you. Yeah, exactly. That's how that was my experience. I worked my butt off 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Even on the day, I was selling paintings in the mall. And on the 6th day was my travel day. I would just travel to the next mall and then work another 6 days. I had no fucking day off, and I did that for 5 years. I thought that's how I was going to get Krishna. And then I burnt out. I couldn't do it anymore. Not only that, other things too. I couldn't stand being in the temples. They're always trying to, you got to have permission to do everything. Yeah. And I just I can't do this anymore, man. But you're going to go into Maya. I said, I think Maya will be better for me than this. I'll go into the Maya. And as soon as I stepped out of the temple and left, they wouldn't even give me a fucking bus ticket. Can you imagine the ungratefulness? And that was the biggest lesson of all. Maya is ungrateful. That's just how she is. She'll use you and abuse you, trick you, deceive you, and everything. And that was my best lesson, all the way up into religion. That's why it says, Krishna gave me firsthand, abandon all varieties of religion. And Krishna basically said to me, you see why? You see why? Vaishnavism is on the level of religion. Do you see why abandon that? Because I felt so good when I was free of that. I didn't need that. This is why people, if you don't appreciate what's going on here after coming here for a while, get the fuck out of here, man. This wasn't available when I was here. All that was available was that path. And that's all that's still available over there. All these bewilderments, you go to a Raganuga Sangha, right? You go to the Radhakund Babaji's and Narayan Raj, and you get no raga. Get no fucking raga. They don't even know what it is. If they did, they would be here. But they didn't know, they still don't know what it is. Because it was never shown, it was never demonstrated, it was never really taught about. All they do is speculate about it. They think in intellectual ideas is Ras. No, it isn't. No, not those not those speculations. Religion is ungrateful, yes. Religion is Maya. I know that lifestyle within ISKCON. I did the same, but different. Yeah. So anyway, so this is our contribution. This is my service to Prabhupada. Yeah. You don't appreciate getting awakened, Krishna awakened in your heart in a few days or a few months or a few years, depending on you. then go and do the many lifetime path. Krishna has teachers everywhere. But we have a message here. Those who are like, oh, okay, I want to learn the real Bhagavatam, because the real Bhagavatam, they don't know the real Bhagavatam. I haven't met one real Bhagavatam teacher. You know why? Because in the Bhagavatam is you realize that the Vaidhi path and Varnashram Dharma has its faults and deficiencies. It's not complete yet. That was the beginning of the Bhagavatam. So those Vaidhi Bhaktas are not at the beginning of the Bhagavatam until they realize, like, wow, is there anything more to Krishna? I want to learn something deeper. I want to know a deeper level to that. So if this preaching here is not attractive to you, then you're not ready for this. You'll still have faith in Varnashram Dharma. You have faith in not eating a carrot is going to deliver you, or don't eat rennet and cheese, and that you have to be a vegetarian to be delivered. You can't have sex, unless you're going to have a baby. And if you see somebody that does, they are not delivered. You see all these kind of rules and regulations. You think you're delivered by adhering to the external rules of bhakti. See, you haven't lost faith in that. You have to realize that is just a very minor step in Vaishnavism, a gross step for hard-hearted persons. See? And if you're not finished with that, you're not ready for the real Bhagavatam, because Veda Vyas was finished. And that was the beginning of the Bhagavatam. That was the beginning of him meeting an ecstatic guru like you have here. See? You were obviously finished with that, or you wanted something deeper. So you met an ecstatic guru who taught you ecstatic teachings, like Veda Vyas, taught him something deeper. You see how you got to become like a Veda Vyas in that sense. You got to become like an Arjuna. You got to become like a real student of bhakti. You got to become like a Maharaj Parikshit. You got to become like the wives of the Brahmins. You see, you got to become like that. And if you're not like that, you're not delivered, because those persons were delivered because they had the qualities of listening to ecstatic devotees. Everyone I mentioned listened to an ecstatic, intimate associate of Krishna. And if you're not like that, you're not delivered. We go by the book, man. The book, I just point out what's clearly evident, and we point it out by the witness program, because those who take these teachings seriously, they become like an Arjuna, like a Govinda, see? And like a Lalita, and all these other devotees here. See? You become like that, and you listen to the genuine devotees who are authentically inspired by the true transcendental Lord, and then you get a transcendental result, and that's your witness. That's why you got no witnesses in ISKCONs and Gaudiya Smitis and all of that. No witnesses to the transcendental potency working in them, because when the transcendental potency is working in you, extraordinary things happen, like here. That's how we win this war against Maya. Extraordinary. This is the League of Extraordinary Devotees. There's a movie called that, League of Extraordinary Men. But this is more than that. This is the League. See, in the movie, with what's that guy's name? Sean Connery. Yeah, he was in there. I like him. He was in the James Bond movies. The League of Extraordinary Men. And all these people were extraordinary. See? And they band together to fight evil. Same thing. What do you think? We're a League of Extraordinary Devotees. We're different than the Vaidhi Bhaktas, aren't we? We're different from the Narayan Raj group. We're different from the Radhakund Babajis, different from ISKCON. And because it's extraordinary here. There's no extraordinary anything. They're all talking. Radhe, Radhe. Raganuga, but no Raganuga. Here, you're here with extraordinary devotees, man. They're extraordinary simply because they got the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. They're actually friends and associates of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. They prove it. They show it. They show that extraordinariness now. See? And we're here in a war with the Maya, the illusions. Everybody say, no, these gurus are extraordinary who can't do anything, haven't done anything like this. You want to be extraordinary? You want extraordinary spiritual experiences? You want extraordinary intimate relationship with the true God forever? You want to be like the family members, like Balaram was an intimate associate of the Lord and his real followers were intimate associates, the intimate friends of God. You want the ally Krishna on your side? You want to win the war against illusion? Well, you got to be with this league of extraordinary devotees here. The league of unextraordinary persons, Vaishnavas on the level of Vaidhi. Yeah. Come on, man. We eat them for breakfast. Eat their illusions up. Lolita says, the only way how they witness is by their own sour face. That says all, exactly. It's the deed of the sour face. I'm looking at deeds. What do you look like, man? You know, you got that smirk that Krishna has all the time. You know, that's what the devotees got. You know, even when they're in separation ecstasy, you know, they have this brightness about them. In religious institutions, you meet the most weirdos and walking death. Yeah. Is there a soft way to wake up? Not for you. No, we douse people with cold water. God, again, I'm not reading much lately. Let's see what else we got up there. See, I just love it. Surrounded by his bliss. You can have volumes about this. Krishna's surrounded by his blissful companions. Proof is what is bona fide here, man. You can see, you know, we're Krishna, who we're worshiping, is surrounded by his blissful companions, man. That proves. Oh, are you a blissful companion of Krishna, there, Shamarani? Where's the bliss? I know what bliss is. I'm preaching what bliss is by deed, man. Krishna's showing that bliss to the world. See? He's showing that bliss. Yeah, are you a blissful companion? Why? I look at Shamaranis and all these gurus, and I don't see any of this bliss of being a companion. Isn't that simple, man? How do I know I'm with a real devotee of Vrindavan, man? Well, they have the bliss and the bhav and the ecstasy of Vrindavan, like here. This is the only standard in Vaishnavism that you can see. This is so extraordinary, people can't believe it. No, it can't be. Can't be. They're too happy, man. Too blissful. It's supposed to be like that, you fools. It's supposed to be extraordinary. It's supposed to be uncommon. If you found the real associate of Lord Chaitanya like here, it's extraordinary. Then, of course, nobody would Prabhupada do what you do? No, Prabhupada is Prabhupada. Gaur Das is Gaur. Prabhupada was inspired in his way that Krishna inspired. Gaur is also inspired in the way he's inspired. I'm not here to imitate Prabhupada. I leave that for ISKCON. Go there, they try to sound like Prabhupada, act like Prabhupada, but they can't pull it off because they're not themselves. Krishna makes you his devotee, and you got your uniqueness in your relationship with Krishna. I'm not here to imitate Jesus. Jesus is Jesus. Prabhupada is Prabhupada. Just like they were who they were. They weren't trying to imitate anybody else. They were just being themselves in relationship to their awakened selves in relationship to the Supreme Lord. They should share the bliss and love happiness of receiving love inside. How are they doing that with the dead face? Yeah, Prabhupada taught that. The face is the index of the mind. It's the index of your mind. If your mind has attained bliss, you have a blissful face. See, surrounded by his blissful companions who constantly chanted his glories, Sri Krishna then entered the village of Raj. Yeah, and so if you want to be blissful person, and you got the mercy of attachment to the real transcendental Lord, then you'll stay in that bliss by chanting the true glories of the Lord. That's what devotees do if you're a real devotee. But that's the problem. People don't chant the true glories of the Lord. They speculate on the glories of the Lord. Therefore, their face and their bliss is not deep. The Lord in their own hearts doesn't awaken by their speculations and by the speculations of their gurus. That's why are you accepting any of these gurus? Why are you accepting Narayan Raj when you didn't get that ecstatic devotion yet? You got to come here. We've been authorized with that. We show you we're authorized. We prove it. We demonstrate everything. But you know what the problem is? People believe in the lies. They believe, no, it's about being a liar. They've been conditioned by the Maya to believe, oh no, we're going to believe in liars because that's all we've done. We're conditioned to believe in liars. We're conditioned to believe in deceivers. See, that means you belong to Maya still. You're not fed up. You're not like distraught about, these liars and cheaters always fucking your life up. You're not distraught enough yet. You still believe in them. And you'll go down their death holes, snake holes with them. They pull you down into their snake holes, into the darkness. But we're here, if you're already been delivered, you'll hear this message. You'll hear the sincerity of it and the genuineness of it and the power of it and the hope of it, the assurance of it. Just like I did when I got the Bible, when I got the New Testament, Book of John. I saw the assurance of it, the hope of it, the truth of it, the sincerity in that. And then I got the mercy of it. It's always like that. And that's why I'm surprised I'm preaching like this, because I had no idea I was going to preach like this some years ago. Just Krishna does what he does with his flute. He plays it and he gets better at it. That's why I tell you guys, get up there and witness, and those who do it. You start to feel like changed. You find, because it's like you're, practicing a musical instrument. If you don't play it, right, you don't get any better at it. Well, you want to become that musical instrument? Because if you don't play it, you're not going to get any better at it. And when you get better at playing, I remember I took up classical guitar and I played it every day. And I got better. I started to really like playing that guitar. Well, you guys don't want to get up and play the guitar yet that much, some of you. But if you do, and the more you play it, the more blissed out you're going to get, the more ecstatic you're going to get, the more you're going to please the Lord, and you're going to learn that, oh, wow, it's all about pleasing the Lord, man, because my happiness is in his pleasure. So it depends on how quick you want to get it. Tax collectors acting only. Your preaching is every day new and fresh. Well, that's because I worship the ever blissful, ever fresh Lord. That's part of the proof. If you can't do that, if you people, that's why it's amazing that you Vites are still impressed with this I'm not this fucking body classes. And the persons after 40 years still believe they're their body. That means that path is not working very well, is it? You come here, you'll realize very quickly you're not the material body, because you'll be having an activated spiritual body and relishing spiritual bliss of that spiritual body. And you think, oh yeah, of course I'm not the fucking body. But they can't do that way. They got to just give their mental classes. You're not the body. You're not the body. You're not the body. And they don't get any spiritual experience until you come to this place here, where we activate your spiritual body, so you'll experience being the spiritual body and know that you're not the fucking material body, for God's sake, and yours especially. Activate the spiritual body. Relish the happiness of worshiping. That without a spiritual awakened body, you cannot associate with the transcendental Lord. How can you pick up? You can't perceive that transcendental Lord. The beginning of your spiritual life is this kind of deep shiksha. This is the stuff that Bhaktivinoda and the previous acharyas since that time have kept for themselves. Until now. You want this teaching? It's not available through Prabhupada's teaching, because he taught Varnashram Dharma. It's not available through Bhaktivinoda. Oh, unless you hear Bhaktivinoda's writings from a real devotee who understands them. See, those people now, you Vites out there, you always say, oh, Goy, are you pleasing Prabhupada? Oh, it's all about Prabhupada. Prabhupada is the real guru and all that. You babies, you children out there, you don't even have any idea what Krishna consciousness is really about. Krishna consciousness is about progressiveness. It's about advancement to the transcendental platform where we are, and we are teaching. It's all about coming here and being in this association with those who have the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and prove it every fucking day. But Gohar, you cuss. Yeah, and proof. I got real followers here who are following the real truth as they stay. Even though you get Acharya Dave to say one cuss word in public, and everybody will go. Because it's all about they control the guru. See, that's why the guru tells you what you want to hear over in those kind of places. That's why he tells you, well, I can't get you to chant Hare Krishna because you inspire you, because I can't show any tears, and I'll say I'm not. So, well, let's see, what way can I do it? Oh, if you chant Hare Krishna, you're going to become the most important person in this world. You're going to be so important. You're going to, get name and fame and all that stuff. See? And you think, oh, I'll go and chant Hare Krishna because I want to be important. See? That's the left hand. That's the false path. The real path is, oh, yeah, I want to worship Krishna because I want to taste that happiness, man. I want to relish that bliss of the association with the Lord. I want to, this guru that I see it's so inspiring. I want to chant like that, like him, and I just want to do like that. See, and see, seek the kingdom of God. That's the kingdom of God, is this relationship. That's what I preach. That's what I show. I demonstrate. I'm here to make it crystal clear that this is real, man. This is the real path, man. This is the fast path, not the slow path Narayan's teaching. What is this candy? Give you? No, we just give you the real candy, man. The candy man. Krishna is the candy. Relationship with Krishna is the real candy. Otherwise, you got these other thing you think is sweet is to be important, everything. And then seek the kingdom of God, and automatically you get all these other things. Look at this. You know what? Chant Hare Krishna so I'll be important? Well, that just comes along with the territory. You know, people see, well, Gohar, you are important in my life. And I'm, you know, it's just, it goes along with the territory. It's like you get a company car. You know, a person just gets a company car and they just drive the car, you know, it's just the same thing, you know, but that's the result of going for the target. The target is taste. You know, that's why get the fuck out of here. You want something else. But no, you know, I'm here to inspire the glories of the taste for the name and this closeness with God. And that's getting the kingdom. Is the relationship, is to have Krishna as your friend, intimate friend, and you play with Krishna every day. And then all this other stuff comes. Why? Because now Krishna is all attractive, and so is his devotee. Automatically. Krishna is not like anything, wow, I just want to be all attractive. He just is. Because he's involved, he's intimate with his transcendental potencies in the form of his intimate friends. He's into them because they're real devotees. That's why he says in Vrindavan, Gopis, my God, how you worship me? Huh, I am so into your worship, man. Oh, it gives me so much pleasure to even see your way of worshiping, much less experiencing your way of worshiping, because I'm in your hearts. We're very intimate. See, so that's why you see one by one, those who find this attractive will come. And if you think, oh God, that's not important, then go with those gurus. They also don't think. You think Acharya Dev thinks, well, this preaching is important? You think you Narayan Raj guru, devotees and followers of those gurus think this is important to have this relationship that we show you, we demonstrate every fucking day? And you can't get through a few cuss words because you think, well, Narayan never cuss, devotees never cuss, but you got no bhakti. Well, we cuss up a storm and we got all the bhakti. What the heck? We're just testing you idiots to see what's important to you. What, the few cuss words, it's so important that we're going away, or this bhakti you see every fucking day here, increasing at every moment. If that's important, otherwise get the fuck out of here, man. Go to your Narayan Raj, your Radha Kumbhabajis, go to these gurus, you know, go to these false representatives of Vrindavan. I don't care, man. I'd rather have those that Krishna sends here. Yeah, go believe in those pictures of those liars and cheaters and all that. Yeah, go there and stay with your dry associates over there who are so concerned about Varnashram Dharma and building temples and following the rules and regulations. Yeah, go to pure shit. Like that guy, that lady that was coming for a while, but she's weak. She was like, I don't want to commit any offenses. Yeah. Don't come here because I'll take those fucking fences down. I'm here to take fences down. Not, you know, you're afraid because you're cowards, man, because you don't have the potency in you, making you like a lion to go down and take the fences down of Maya. You know, and if you want your fences down, come here. You don't want the fence. You want to keep the fences up. Keep the fence from between your soul and Krishna up. Yeah. Then go to Narayan Raj. Go to Radhanas. Go to Jai Patakas. Go to all these so-called devotees who have no devotion, can't prove nothing. Zero proof that they're real devotees with real bhakti that's in the vision of the real devotees in those scriptures. They don't prove anything like that. And you believe that that is the highest thing. You're fools. That's all I have to say. You're being fooled. You're being deceived by Maya. We dance on the heads of your speculations because you believe in Kalya's poison preaching. I just dance on those hoods and continue dancing and stomping them down, man, until they stay down. Pretty intense preaching. No wonder Sachi turns. I saw she turned the volume down yesterday. Some devotees here, they said, turn the volume up. They like it. I can just hear these Vaitis now. God! What? There ain't any guru preaches like that. Therefore, you can't be bona fide. No, they all preach the same, man. They have the same. We like conformity. It's everything's uniform. They get together in their GBC meeting and they say, "Well, we're going to say this, and if you don't say that, the same thing that we decide on, then you're going to be excommunicated." We all going to have the same opinion. It's always wrong. It's always opinion by a Putana. Person is not a real resident of Vrindavan. They're followers of Putana. They're followers of Kalya, man, because they speculate, because they're not real residents, experiential devotees, relishing, tasting the highest bliss in the world, like Lalita or Govinda and others. Here. How'd the curtains come out? Oh, good practical. Yeah, well, one of them is up there. It's pretty good, actually. Let's see. Maybe I can give you a view. Yeah, I just curtains down. I don't remember putting it down. Let's see. There it is. It's kind of bright, but yeah. It actually looks more red. Okay. We didn't get very far. Let's get some people up here. Come on up here. Let's hear some testifying, man. Let's hear some words of the devotees, man. Get comfortable. I don't want. There it is. There's the link there. I'll put the link in the YouTube also. Lalita's first up there. There she is. Didn't scare you away today?
Scaring me away?
Well, it's pretty intense, man,
Yeah. No.
You like intensity?
I love it, Guru Maharaj. I want to compliment you. I want to compliment you because your preaching is so.
Yeah, you're there. We hear you.
Facebook is up. Yeah, sorry, my face is big. I can't change that. I have a replacing computer, so it's a bit weird.
It's okay. It's good to have a big face.
How are you doing that? I didn't hear much new actually today. It's like Nicodemus said. I didn't hear many new things today, but it's always interesting, fascinating, new, fresh, lovely, inspiring, touching my heart, making me happy, and etc. You came just a devotee now at the end who said, be careful, because Naraya Maharaj is a pure devotee. Watch out what you're saying. Here is in class. And then I asked him, prove that. No answer. Like you.
Well,
Don't
he's a
get that
pure.
power.
Yeah, yeah. There's two types of pure devotees. So I go by the book. One is the neophyte, and the other is the eternally liberated soul. I didn't see that quality in him because I'm telling you, the standard of Lord Chaitanya is so high. That's why the devotees, unless they're called to come here, they can't come here yet because they think that standard is it, and it's not. And he's preaching that it is. So I have no right to preach that it's not when it's not. See, this is the thing. People believe that it is, and they keep following that. But my job here is to preach what is the truth. The truth is that is not Vrindavan. He didn't prove that it's Vrindavan. He was teaching Raganuga Bhakti, but not giving the raga. See? Therefore, there's some deception there. You need to know that. If you don't, this is just logic. This is just clarity. This thing of this is an imagination. That's like that is not much different than saying, well, don't commit offense to Radhanath. He's definitely a Vrindavan devotee. See, he's definitely in, but he's not. None of them, Jaipataka, all of them, have not proved their residence Vrindavan. Therefore, if you say that you are a spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line and people are praying to you to go to Vrindavan, if you're not the real deal, you're the false deal. It's true and false now. Make it very easy. You're either the real deal or the false deal. And that's why people have a hard time with this preaching, because I'm pointing out and logically pointing out, clearly pointing out what is the real deal, what is the false deal. You should be worshiping the real deal, and that's why it's a narrow fucking gate, because there's only one real deal in this world that I found, and it's here. See? Because people, you get what you see here. See? And you even get more of it many times. See? And you relish, just like Arjuna, just like Mars Priksha, what you hear here. See? You become like them, not them. You're not an Arjuna. You're a Lalita and a Tom. See? That's you in this life. See? You're yourselves. See? But you're relishing like them. That means you're becoming part of the family. Something that Narayan Raj group can't do. They can't become the verses. You become the verses. You become the real student. And we want real student. You're not a real student? Get the fuck out of here, man. Go to some false followers, false teachers. You know, where's an Arjuna, man, in the Narayan Raj group or the ISKCON group or the Radhakumbhava? Is my ex-wife a real student? Huh. Look at her. She can't recognize real devotees. All of them. Narayan Raj group, not one of them can recognize a real devotee like Lalita with real sincere devotion. Look at you ISKCON devotees. Look at you Ritvik. You can't recognize a real devotee. Therefore, you're bogeys. And we're here to shoot down those bogeys, to make them real yogis in real union with Krishna. You don't like it? Get GTFOH. Ooh, tough preaching, tough love. Well, we need a lot of tough love. We need choppers and spades to take this jungle growth off that it's been growing around here for 550 years. You are either living in the illusion or alive here. It's that simple, man. Yeah. Man cannot serve two masters. You either hold to the one or the other, ultimately. We just forced the hand, man. Are you bluffing, man? This is a poker game, you poker faces there. I'm a pure devotee, man. I got a straight flush. You got fucking deuces. Put your hand down. We put our hand down. We show you we got the straight flush. Now let's see your deuces, because that's all you are. You're just deuces, dummies, deuces. Why wouldn't you want real bhakti, man? Because you're not smart. That's why don't ask me to praise people that are dumb. Yeah, praise. You're dumb, Radhanath. You're dumb, Jaipa talking. You're dumb, Narayan Raj followers, because you don't come here where real fucking bhakti is. Why am I at fault for preaching the real standard? I don't get it, Lalita. And I'm just telling them like it is. You're dumb and stupid still. If you don't come where real devotees are, we show you, demonstrate, preach it, shout it from the rooftops, and you're still not coming. You want me to praise you as smart people? You're not very smart. You wonder why I get a little passionate and excited, man, because it's fascinating. This is how Krishna plays this flute.
It's a heavy one. What a sound! What a sound!
It's like those symphonies. Sometimes they got they're really heavy. It's all over the place. It's kind of one of those kind of things. But people go, they think, wow, this is really energizing. Chaotic things, they have in these symphonies, and one of those kind of flutes. This is the real nutcrackers. So we crack a lot of nuts, man. Hey, where is what's her name? Gita. Where is Gita?
She's there. So
why did she come up? Come up there. Come on, you can do it. Who else we got here? Balaram, why don't you come up sometime? Sachi, why don't you get your little...
Oh, yeah. I want to see Balaram once.
Yeah. Freddie, we got Freddie Andromeda. Get your ass up here, Andromeda. What are you always...
Andromeda. How long are we asking that?
There we go. We got Gita. That's good. All right. Oops. Try again there, Gita. There we go. Give us a word, Gita. Give us a word.
I just loved today's lecture, Maharaj. Today, I really loved. I enjoyed a lot. I was laughing. I was enjoying a lot. And someone, like Lalita said, someone was asking prove. I mean, she was asking to prove, and he was mute, and I was laughing. I was laughing out loud. Someone like he just. In the chat, I saw someone like Narayana Maharaj or someone. He's like, he's fire, don't play with him, and something like so. And when Lalita asked him to prove, and he didn't say anything. So I was laughing. I was laughing, and yeah. So when you were like screaming and yelling, I was like, I don't know, I was getting goosebumps, and I was like laughing out loud. That's why I didn't come up. So today I enjoyed a lot today.
Hey, put your camera up.
But at one moment, I felt. I mean, I got tears in my eyes. Like when I was in gym when you started the lecture, and you said like you have to go so much. You went through so much. They didn't even provide you a ticket, and the Maya is so ungrateful. That time I felt very sad, and I felt Guru Maharaj have to do so much. So even I went so much in my life, but now I feel like, okay, I'm in right path. Krishna finally showed me. I have to go through so much in my health or relationships or many things. So, but now I feel like I'm at the right place. And I feel so much happy. I feel so much safe, and I feel so much happy. I don't know. I'm loving those yelling and all right now. Before I used to run away, but now I'm loving that. My body was cool. I mean, it was like cold, and like I was shivering in ecstasy. I feel that yes. I was chatting with Freddie in the morning. He was encouraging me, no, stick to this, pay attention. I mean, attentively keep hearing. So I was like not distracting. I was just hearing continuously. Even when I was in gym, I was like working out and I was like hearing and I was laughing and I was doing many kind of gestures. People were watching me.
That's good. Yeah. It's just, like if you're right for this, it's Krishna shows you, and you love it too. It's just like that's why I say if Krishna sends people that are ready for this. Otherwise, it's like black or white now. Just and if you can appreciate this stuff, it shows in your body and how you feel and all that stuff. And others they're not for this, and it's okay because it's kind of why Lord Chaitanya locked the doors so that people devotees can express themselves and be themselves, because otherwise you get too many people going through too much and they can't handle it. See, this is the problem. Devotees can't handle the purification you need to get to this place of appreciation. So so it's just how it is. Facebook kind of makes it work. Yeah, it just you can block people if they get too outrageous or too blasphemous and stuff. And it's really helpful for this preaching actually. Really works. Yeah, yeah. So it's great that you're appreciating this potency
Of
here.
course, Maharaj, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Finally,
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm very grateful. I'm very happy. Finally, Krishna showed me the path. So
yeah,
I was
yeah,
wandering here and there, many places, many lectures, different kind of lectures. Finally, I'm here.
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, like Freddie says, you stick with it, and there are always tests. And if this is what you really want, you'll get through them. That's how. When you have real association with the real devotees, and you have faith in Krishna and those devotees, you'll get through everything. And Krishna will bring you through it all. But if you lose faith in the devotee, you lose faith in the real Krishna, and that's the test. Is because people are all presenting all kinds of Krishnas out there, but which one is potent? And the more experience you get with that here, then you won't be fooled by the fakes. They all can't produce. It's La Putana, the Putana and Kalya obstacles to the real Vrindavan are formidable until you get real experience of Vrindavan, which you can only get through the devotees who are really ecstatically worshiping in that mood. And that then Maya becomes unformidable because you see, oh no, now you know so clearly what's real. So you need as much experience to get to that point, because Maya starts throwing all kinds of things at you, curveballs and all stuff. And the more experience, that's why I encourage people with sadhu sangha, and it's good Freddie was doing that. Stay and stay and stay, and then you get real clear about how Maya is working, and then you'll see the Johan obstacle that he can't see. Yeah? So you can't see it, and that's why you hear the real teaching, the essence of the teaching. Everything is as it is, and the more you really get that, you start to really relish it as it is preaching. And you can't be satisfied with any of these speculations that you hear from all these people. They think they're impressed by them all because they don't get this experience here, in the vision of the revealed scriptures, all these things. Yeah. So Freddie, what do you got to say? We got any? Let me see in your mouth. Does he have any cavities today?
Yeah, I'm ready for the dentist chair, Guru Maharaj. Well, that's actually the big test, when lately you do a lot of cussing and fucking words, and that is actually the real test for devotees who come here and they say, oh my God, that cannot be a pure devotee who is cussing and use a language like that. But it's actually, like Lord Nishingadev, the roaring of Lord Nishingadev even made the demigods flee. They were afraid, and only Prahlad was able to pacify the Lord. So real devotees, they can come forward.
Yeah.
And the offenders, they just go away here. They cannot handle this vibration. And that is the test here. Can you handle the real representative of the Lord? Can you handle his language? Can you handle his realizations? Yeah, that's how it goes here. If you want to play ball with Krishna, then you have to handle the guru, the real representative of God, the via medium. He speaks. But devotees, they cannot grasp, is Krishna now really working through that person? Is he
Yeah.
really there?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, if it kicks out the living daylights out of you, then probably he is. So that's how it is. The inner conflicts will come, your demonic tendencies will come to surface, and there is, who the hell is he think he is? And that cannot be a pure devotee, and he is an offender, and Narayan Maharaj is a pure devotee. How dares he to say such things?
Who would have the kahunas to say stuff like that, Yeah, because you
Of
would
course,
think,
when you would make such an offense to a real devotee, it would take away your ecstasy. And
yeah,
that's what we have never seen. All those cussing you did all over the years, your ecstasy became even more. So when you address the real truth, your ecstasy will increase. And a
yeah,
real aparadi,
uh,
Krishna will take away your ecstasy. That is what Shastra is saying. So we
yeah,
have proof here that our guru is still in ecstasy, and even more. We see it in Lalita, we see it in others, and they also become very bold. They speak the truth, and that is what people need to hear. So, of course, when the purification comes, it's a tough nut, and you have to go through it. That's the process. You
yeah,
you start like a little baby. You are crawling on the floor. You take your first step, then you start walking, and then you start running in spiritual life. But some,
yeah,
they come here and they think, oh, I can jump over Guru and I can go directly to Krishna, and I'm externally a so-called resident of Vrindavan, and they have no ecstatic symptoms at all. They only memorize something from the Shastras, and they can maybe speak in a very nice and a soft way, which is attractive for people who are under the modes. But those who are, in a transcendental vibration, they immediately see this is on the material level that they are speaking. They don't carry the transcendental vibration. And
yeah,
that's what Srila Gaura Haridas has. He has this transcendental vibration. And that's why it brings all the bullshit out of others, and they become angry, and they start criticizing him, and they are actually criticizing a real Vaishnava, but that they
yeah,
don't realize.
yeah,
Afterwards, they might realize when they hear enough and they come often enough, they start to see, oh my God, this is really a pure devotee. Because their concept of a pure devotee is only based on externals and what they have memorized from Shastra, but they have no internal experience, nothing at all, zero.
yeah, yeah,
So you
They're
look
always-
with material eyes to a transcendental person.
yeah, yeah,
That's what they are doing. Material eyes looking at a transcendental person, and then you
yeah,
are just blinded. The veil of Maya is still there. And if Krishna and Guru doesn't take away the veil of Maya so that you can get a glimpse into Yoga Maya, that's how the process works here. So the
yeah,
Guru is doing that. And yeah, that's why we come here every day, here, here,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that all these layers of ignorance are pulled away. And then when the cup is emptied out, the Guru can fill your cup with transcendental
yeah,
emotions, vibrations, sound, and that's what make you really happy inside. That's why we
yeah,
come here every day in Sadhu Sangha,
yeah.
and that's a
Yeah,
wonderful experience.
one of the big obstacles for the Vaidhi level is they want to control guru. See, that's why it stays mundane. Is the Vaidhis? I see that because they were always trying to control me. They think I should do things a certain way. But see, that's why the gurus have no potency, because they're always mindful of that. They always think, well, the devotees want me to be like this and want me to be like, if I stay in that character, then I will keep them as disciples, otherwise they would go away. That's why they go away here, because they want to control the preaching. They want to control what I do and what I say and all that. So it's the disciples who control the guru on that level, the Vites. That's why it's the blind leading the blind. And they both jerking each other off, it's and around, and they try to do that here, and it doesn't work. That's why Prabhupada told the I gotta turn this on. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's why Prabhupada told that about his godbrothers when they wanted to cooperate with him, they would never help him till he became a success. And then Prabhupada said, no, they don't want to help us. They want to control us. They want to take over. That's that Vaidhi level. It thinks it knows better. And Prabhupada saw the same thing in his godbrothers who were on a Vaidhi level. They wanted to take over and control what he was doing. And he said, no, let them do their own preaching. Let them stay out there. But you don't serve them. You don't go and distribute their books. You don't go to their lectures. You stay with your guru here. You want to teach them the importance of believing in your guru and not that level, because he was on another, even though he didn't fully bring it out, but he was a resident of Vrindavan, true one. And he was saying, hey, you got the best here. Don't go to that level of those, even the godbrothers. They had the same name as him, Bhaktivedantas, without the Bhakti, but he had the Bhakti. See, they had the names. They were in name only, but he was the name and the Bhakti, and therefore he had the conclusiveness and the power and all the blessings of Krishna. Well, that same thing is here, and they always trying to do the same thing here. I've had people here, they come here, oh, we want to support you and everything, and we want to help you and all this. And a lot of times they always want to be teachers. They always want to take control and make me do it another way than spontaneous devotion. I don't do anything. It's like I just get together with the Lord and the song comes spontaneously, or it doesn't come. And that's just what I teach here. I teach you to become like that too, so that you make decisions together with Krishna. Don't you want to be like that? Don't you want real democracy? You get together with Krishna, says, and he thinks, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you think? And you have a conversation with God in that. This is the book. That guy who wrote this book, Conversations with God, it became a bestseller. It shows you people want this. They want to have a fucking conversation with God. But that was all speculations, So people are working out, and deep inside, we want a conversation with God. But, do you want a true conversation with God, or you want a conversation with the material God of this world of speculation, that principality, the Kalya? You want to have a conversation with speculation? Well, go to Narayan Raj group. That's what they're doing. They're speculating on the highest ras. Same thing with Radhakund Babaji ones, the ones I met. They're speculating on being a Vrindavan resident. Nobody can prove any of that except here. The real authority is right in front of everybody's face. We show you, we demonstrate that the Lord is actually moving through us, working through us. He's awakening people here. They're having extraordinary experiences that are life-changing. God is saying, this is just like Jesus says. Well, you don't believe in my word? I'll say the same thing. What, you don't believe in my preaching and my word? How about the works God is doing here? Look, he's changing fucking people, devotees, and making them real devotees. He's taking down their making the broken downness that we have because of relation with Maya, and making them strong in him. Yeah, and so that's our preaching, man, and it's bold and it's powerful and it's different, and you're going to get used to that, because that's how you're supposed to be, in a very deep, intimate, and individual relationship with the Lord. And he shows, wow, look at this instrument. Oh, wow, look at this instrument. Oh, look at a Lalita. Look at a Govinda instrument. Look at a Freddie instrument. Look at a Gita instrument. Look at a Tom instrument. Look at a Janaki instrument. They're all unique in their relationship with the Lord. You know, people don't, they're used to conformity. Well, all gurus are like this, you know, we tell them what we want them to be and they act like that. That's how strong your gurus are. Weak fucking gurus, man. You can't control Krishna without devotion. You don't think that's going to be the same thing with when he has a real representative planet? They represent that. You can't control them unless you become a real devotee. You become a devotee of a devotee. When they see, you know, when Krishna sees and they see that, wow, this person is following what I'm teaching, man. You know, what Krishna, I'm just teaching what Krishna's teaching. Look, Lalita, she has faith in her guru. Look at all the bhakti she gets. And she's not thinking, well, I'm like Johan. I'm better than Gohari, man. You know, she's not thinking like, she's thinking like a real devotee. That's why she gets so much bhakti. Janaki also. You know, or anybody else here. Look at Freddie. You know, you're thinking like a real devotee. You know, and otherwise you're not. You're just a fake. You know, that's why that's fake. What is this? You get a thanks for the awakening? That's showing that's the Mayavadi level. Thanks for the awakening. Now I'm as good as Guru. I'm better than Guru. What kind of fucking Vaishnava is that? I mean, I just hope that you'll understand things. I mean, I can't believe you're so dumb not to understand what I'm saying. Why should anybody follow you? Why should you even follow your own mind? You know, your mind is faulty. You know, it's just like, it doesn't make sense. God, what, you didn't learn anything in the Hare Krishna movement? That's the thing. They don't learn anything. That you're never better than your guru. Why would you even want to be? Because Ras is by relishing, wow, I've been awakened by my guru. Not thanks for the fucking awakening. I'm on my own. I'm on my way. That's Mayavadi. See, people don't see that are immersed, too attached to that level. It's like a dog's tail that's crooked. You can't straighten it out. It doesn't want to get, you know, it's just like that. And never will change, no matter how much you preach. You know? Anyway, I give him a chance, another chance. He thinks I'm against him. He gets more envious and more revengeful. Isn't that amazing? The more he hears, Gohari's against me. That's right. The truth is against you, man. The truth has judged you. That's, you know, that's why, you know, people think, Gohari, be careful. Judge not, least ye shall be judged. You know how many times I heard this? They quote Jesus, judge not, least ye shall be judged. But they forget the last part of the verse. But my judgment is just. See, just according to the scriptures. Just according, hey, if this is Mayavadi, it's Mayavadi, right? You nail it on the nail on the head. You hit it and nail it to the cross. Oh, yeah, we're here to crucify that illusion there, Johan. We nail it to the cross. Yeah, judge not. No, you're like that. You shouldn't be judging, but you do. Because fools rush in where angels fear to tread. You're one of those guys. And they're all one of those guys. Like the guy putting up those pictures, giving a false representation of what really went on. Right, Janaki? Was I a homosexual there kissing Ranga? Was that a public homosexual act?
Maybe you are converted.
Man,
Can you believe it?
I always tell everyone what appears to be is so far from the truth.
Yeah.
You can see something happening before your eyes, but there's a truth behind it.
Yeah.
But you perceive it in a certain way based on your opinion.
Yeah.
But no, you know, I don't have a lot of time this morning. I have issues, but I just wanted to say that, you know, since the first time I heard you, I could identify with everything that you say about your experiences within ISKCON, because they were mine also.
Yeah.
They were mine also. I had joined at that time. Yeah. And everything that you said is true. I either witnessed it or I experienced it. I was a money go-getter. Just go get the money. Go get it. Go. No matter what you have to do, just go get that money. That was my 7 years of ISKCON. Then when I left, I followed for only 2 years, maybe a year, and I just couldn't. I left and got married, and I couldn't believe it anymore. That's when I became Rithvik for the next whatever years. So anyway, and everything that you say, I just believed because of my experiences. Then when you said about Srila Prabhupada's dream, when you had that lucid dream, I only ever had one lucid dream in my life, and that was back in 1980. And when Srila Prabhupada came to me, it was a different, no one could understand from that moment on how it affected. And so I believe every word you've ever said because of my own experiences.
Yeah.
And then just having the great fortune of being a witness since we all gathered, that Belgium was us all coming together for the first time, meeting each other for the first time. And we had such love for each other, such the feelings had already developed for each other, like acceptance. You're my friend, man. It's like finally, we can identify, and then it's history from there. But people will believe what they choose to believe until they're ready to hear the truth. And I was ready. I'm always ready. Freddie thinks he's ready, but I'm always ready for the truth. Because if you tell me something that's not a truth, I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah.
And that's all, because of you. You really do change lives from the first minute. The F-bombs and all this just took all that Brahmanism out of me, that I was forced to believe and think that I had to become this in order to be accepted. Taking all that out of me is the greatest blessing. I mean, it's freedom. It's like I always said from the beginning, being in ISKCON, being in a relationship, a material relationship, I was just a horse tied in a barn, tied up in that barn. And you opened the door and I went out the door of the barn, and I'm never going back in that barn, that box of what other people think I should be or I should do, or I'm not going back there. This is my box. This is it. This is it. All I need is what's here. You've given us everything.
Yeah, you have that relationship. See, that's why you can relate to the preaching, because you can see it's true.
It's true.
See, isn't that funny? Look at that. See, River's still with us. She can. It confirms everything still. She's kind of got into the computer system now. Yeah. So Ray Davies says, I'm listening and I'm trying to understand, to digest what your preaching is, as I'm going through a bit of a crisis, as I'm trying to find faith again. Yeah. And if you want, Ray, why don't you come up here sometime and share your truth, and you might find some changes will happen easy. So if you can, and if not, faith again. The best way to get faith is or be around faithful devotees. Really, I mean, if faith is what you want and it's important, why not be with us? We have a lot of faith. We have a lot of extra faith, man. We have so many experiences with Krishna and what's going on for years, if not lifetimes. So you're in the right place for that faith, man. And actually, inquiring from the devotees and interacting with them, sharing, like you can come up here sometime and share your truth, man. And you might find that things will change faster, even. If not, just hang around with us on the thing online and let's see where it goes. Lalita, yeah. What is Madhusudha? Madhavadan, Danudas? Why don't you answer now? Not sure your case anymore. Well, what is that Madhudas saying about Narayan Raj? Was he talking about that? Lalita?
That he warned you a little bit that Narayan Maharaj is a
Yeah, I
bit-
mean, everybody wants to control Guru, that's the thing. But you see, Krishna and Guru, they're only controlled by love. And when I see devotees have real love for Guru, Krishna, and the Vaishnavas, automatically I feel controlled also. Because that's the way Krishna, that's the nature of the Lord and the Lord's devotees. They see when the master takes control, see, and then devotion is really there. There you go. Now you become friends with the real guru. Otherwise, there's no quality. There's no real friendship until that you become a real devotee with real devotion in there. That type of thing. Otherwise, you just be a little more distant. That's the thing. The Vaidis are distant because they don't know how to control Krishna. Therefore, they want to control Guru. See, that's the Vaidhi level. So until you become, you take the next platform, Shiksha, by becoming a submissive servant of the Lord that's here, that to deliver you. And there's no way of you don't become qualified to understand these transcendental mysteries. And that's what it's all about here. This is our food. See, but if you don't become a real sincere disciple first and like that and then get purified, and then this love for Guru, Sadhu, Shastras, love for the word that is spoken, conclusive words like this, you don't feel like excited and happy about that, then you're not qualified to understand these mysteries. Like to see Gita there, how she likes this, she likes to hear this, and she's see that affection for this kind of preaching is a great sign, because this qualifies one to understand these transcendental mysteries. That's why that's understanding the mysteries in itself. Otherwise, you never get through the cuss words. That'll throw you back. It's like Vamsi Das was a pure devotee, but he was acted differently. He was very different, very unique. And he didn't like anybody that was hypocrites and Vaidis and all that, because they would disturb his worship. So all right, noodles. Yeah, so it would disturb his worship. So he would put fish bones around his tent. See, that's like the curse words. Put fish bones, and then the Vaidis would run away. He didn't want them. So the curse words chase these persons who want to control Guru, or think they know all about what real Vaishnavism is and are not willing to learn. I'm not here to teach the babies per se. If you're too much of a baby and you want to control and all that stuff, and you think you know all about Vaishnavism, well, go to these gurus, jerk them around, control them, manipulate them. But we go by the book here. This is Chaitanya Leela teachings, where you're getting the real teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And if you're not ready to appreciate that, well, GTFOH, it's this is amazing stuff. It's very rare, and you can't get this with Narayan Raj, and that's just the truth, man. He didn't preach these things. How do you know? Well, because my preaching is my preaching, and his preaching is his preaching, and there's a difference for sure. And there's a war with that preaching right now, because I'm saying that's not conclusive. Oh, but you should be careful, Gory. Careful? He stole 2 of my fucking disciples with his preaching and it was wrong. And I have no no right to retaliate? Hey, man, when a war, bullets fly over here and bullets fly back if you got the strength. And Gohari has his strength now. Right? Isn't that what a war is? They fire bullets of illusion here on this war. They fire these arrows of illusion and illusory concepts, right? Over here, and some hit some of the disciples. They got a little wire on an end. They hit your heart, and contaminate it, and they pull it back into their sangha. See? Well, we're firing a few arrows over here, over there, too, over there. And they're hitting, maybe they'll hit some targets over there. You ever see those guys in the war? They fire all these arrows all at once, and they don't, not all of them are going to hit, but some are, they hit the guys on the field, right? If you watch any movies, you maybe see those things. So we fire arrows over there into those camps, and they might hit a target, and we pull them over here now. Just like he fired arrows over in my camp here, our camp, right? Hit a couple of targets, and he pulled them over there. And we're firing the arrows back. What? I have no right to do that? He had the right. Yeah, that's right. They think, well, Maya has the right to do whatever she wants. But Gohari doesn't? Well, hey, man, fuck that. There's a new kid in town who's ready to go to war. And the war is the truth against the illusion. And I'm pointing out that's the arrow of truth, man. Hey, that's an illusion, man. This is the real path. This is the narrow gate here. This is the real teaching. This is the real teachers. See? Here, by example, and not there. That's just, and be careful. What, be careful? I'm not here to be careful. I'm here to be truthful. I'm here to take risks. Risking all for Krishna's service. I like that, man. Isn't that when you go to war, isn't it a risk? You may lose your life. But you know what? At this war, I just get more life. You notice? That's the teaching, that this is right and this is true. Because you're all like, be careful, you committed offense there. Yeah, but here, I just get more life. The more truth. Otherwise, who's going to fight Maya? Who's going to fight those who are servants of Putana still? Who? You got to find a real dancer, man. Who knows how to dance on those hoods. Noodles, give us a word. Who, Pani or Noodles first? Which one? Whoever speaks first gets it. You guys are frozen. Everybody's frozen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead there. He's just a little frozen on my side. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been all like, Maharaj, I've been just smiling to myself today since morning. Like, like I've just been smiling. That's all. I don't know. I've just tuned into the songs and then I'm smiling. And there is one, I was just listening to one song and then I was just tearing up while I was hearing it. And there's one thing there is difference between how, Maharaj, I mentioned that I was crying like a baby. That happened twice. That crying felt so different to this one. That seemed like, as if I do not know why I was crying even then, but then I was crying and it felt heavy, like, something is coming out. It felt like I was crying out of repentance or something, when I was doing that. But today, when I was actually listening to songs, it was not like, it was happy tears, kind of joyful and, just not able to contain, and then you tear up. It was something like that. There are, yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Ah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, there's different experiences, different rasas, different mellows that come up, and that Krishna is teaching you of these things too. Yeah.
And I like this cloud nine feeling that I've got always, no matter what happens around, I'm just like afloat and floating. It just is so nice, It's like I remember this feeling is like, this is something which I had in my teens when I used to go out to eat pani puri. There's one food that I used to love so much. This is the kind of feeling I get. It's more than that, or that, and when I had a crush on somebody, you constantly keep thinking about them, and then you're always smiling, isn't it? This is that
Yeah.
kind of a feeling, but then it's more than that. I mean, now it's like, this is something which will not go away or fade away, right? He's always gonna be like that, and then I'm going to bloody be in awe of him, like, it's like that. It's weird. I feel like I, I keep thinking, Vrinda is getting into her teens, and here I am. I'm feeling like a teenager myself. It's so weird, but I can't but help it.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, yeah. What a great new life, huh? It's like a new frontier.
Yeah. Also with funny, I think, the way he's purifying. I can see it. He's a different person every day, and then. It's like, I'm like getting up in the morning, and it's like exciting for me. I want to see what mood he wakes up in. It's because, yeah, it's like, I am purifying, he's purifying. I don't know, when we get up in the morning, I don't know whose turn it is this day, and then it's pretty exciting. And then it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, it feels like a honeymoon to me. I don't, it's
Wow.
weird.
Yeah, like a new, it's like a new kind of relationship, huh? Now.
So it's around this, Maharaj. The relationship has shifted from, oh, how our parents are feeling, oh, how our job status is, and from that, our conversations. When we stop work and go and meet each other, we're talking about you. We're talking about something happening here. What the Lord is showing her, what I'm going through, what He's showing. It's amazing, as if it's like the backbone of our lives has changed from being completely replaced from what it was before to something completely new. It's like replacing the conceptions, It's like all this, like Janaki is saying, because she got that filter, she can identify bullshit now. It's like that. It's like, someone has changed our eyes, the whole way of we perceive the world and everything around us. And what gives us happiness, right? That's the most important thing. What we fall back on when
Mm.
we are like in our free time, we are talking about you. When we are going to bed, we are talking about, oh, this song is so nice, this devotee has written, it's amazing. It's like, when I think back, all our conversations are around this and the Lord and the devotees, and this is what the Vairis are talking about, isn't it? It's like when I used to read those every day in the morning in ISKCON Bangalore. There's a regiment. You finish the morning program like a prune, and then go and look at the dashboard filled with all Prabhupada's quotes. And each one is so different from the other. That's what I used to feel. One says book distribution is the thing. The other says eat as much prasadam as you want. The other one says something else. It's like, what is he talking about? And one of the things that always perplexed me was, all the time, 24 hours a day, think of Krishna. It's like, how the hell am I going to do that? It's like so artificial on the plane.
Mm.
Now I see, oh yeah, it's natural. So it's the rest of the, like, Krishna is taking over, your conceptions through the guru, like your conceptions are taking over the rest of the life. It's like a wave slowly filling up. And I feel that it's like, as I become more purified, Krishna fills that gap with the new conceptions. Great. It's the realization coming through my wife, my
Mm.
sister, the devotees here. It's amazing. Govinda sharing beautiful images, look like Vrindavan. Lalita's songs, Tom's calls, and then sharing his path where he's at, and seeing Janaki after a long time, right? She's almost like she reminds me of actors from like 40s or 50s. It's like all the opera and the dance in the way she speaks, all these different characters. I like the bunch of devotees. I appreciate the devotees and their characters, and they're coming around you, Guru Maharaj. This is amazing. You attract solid class devotees like crystal. You're a crystal is attracting, reflecting that Krishna through all these devotees. And I get a lot from these devotees. It's just by being in the company. Each one has got a realization that I can pick up. So I like bumblebees, so I call them bumblebees. So I like
Yeah.
to be a bumblebee myself.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great, man. That's awesome. That's yeah. What it's a fun thing, man. It's just Vrindavan is a play. We play with Krishna, and our lives become like that. But there's also, you see, when Krishna came to Vrindavan, he also had a mission too. He had a mission to destroy the demons and preach real religious principles in Mathura. See, we're kind of like that too. We're powering up in Vrindavan, playing here and all that stuff, but also preaching the real path of Lord Chaitanya for the world, for the Vaitis. If they're going to whoever is meant to make progress in this life must come here, to learn this. We're the only ones teaching like this. Nobody's teaching like this. I can say whatever I want about ISKCON and Narayan Raj and what do you call it, Radhakund Babaji thing, because the authority is here to say this. They need that authority. If you don't submit to this authority, that's just showing you're not progressive. You don't want to move on. That's how I see it. That's how I explain it. I just logically present it, man. Just say, hey, man, you don't have ecstasy. Therefore, you should be coming here with devotees who have ecstatic worship. You're not conclusive. You preach the opposite of Lord Chaitanya and the Narayan Raj group and all of them. You preach the opposite. You don't know the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya was preached 550 years ago, and after he left by Narottam and Srinivas, and again now. This is the preaching, man, authorized by Prabhupada and Krishna. That is the truth, man. And then Krishna, he's showing you that it's here. And we're telling you it's here and showing you, by the Lord's grace, then this is the place to be if you want to be delivered. I mean, is that too blunt? Is that too honest? Is that too clear? I mean, it's so crystal here and getting more crystal all the time. Yeah. Is it, everything is kind of slow motion here. Is it working still?
Yes, Maharaj, it's
Can you
coming
hear
through
me?
well.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it just gets more clear, more clear, more clear. Krishna makes it more clear in these discussions. And yeah, and if it's not clear, then there'll be misunderstandings. So start my day being yelled at. God, there's so much going on here. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know I was yelling at you, or maybe I was talking about somebody else. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, hopefully you get past that, being yelled at. God, it's so, I don't know. Maybe if this, whatever, devotees, if this is too much, it's too much. I mean, I'm just having a great time here. I mean, I'm just loving this. And if it's too much for anybody, then just stay with the chanting. Just, don't shoot yourself in the foot. If it's too much, I don't know. All I can do is be myself and have a great time here, speaking truths and all that stuff. But if it's too much, then just come and chant with us and, maybe not listen to the heavy stuff. Unless you want to, you just have to take responsibility. You take a risk. You might get a little burnt, and it's only going to help actually. But if it's too much, just go at your own pace, whatever that is. I'm just here having a great time being with my friends, you know. And I know I say the wrong thing often, but what to do, you know? What do you think, Freddie?
You always do the needful for us. That's for sure. And tough times, well, we have to stick it out. That's for every devotee. Without purification, we cannot make progress in our spiritual life. So, but Krishna awards us also with realizations and ecstatic feelings. So, and that is it's like a parallel track: purification and ecstasy. You know, there is it's going like that. So, and ultimately, when we are through that purification, then everything becomes more smooth, and then you start to relish everything what is from Shastra, what Guru is telling us, explaining us, and then yeah, then it's just relaxing and nice to be here. Then even the yelling and the cussing sounds like sweet words. But of course, when we are still in identifications of the false ego, then yeah, things can be very confronting and yeah, yeah, give an inner reaction, but that's just part of the process, and we have to go through it. What
Yeah,
to do?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, like some devotees here, you know, like if like the yelling and everything goes against their grain, you know, they goes against the being a good person and all that. That's the false ego. I mean, but you can take only as much as you can take. If it flips you out, you know, like you think, wow, that's not being a devotee. Oh, that's really hurting me, you know, because a devotee is a nice person and is sweet and all. That's all illusion. I mean, you know. That's you come here. I'm pretty raw. I'm in what is real. What is real, and that's not real. Is to think that yelling is a bad thing. Uh, that cussing is a bad thing. I don't. You know, I don't identify with that. I identify with bhakti. You know, and being being spontaneously comes, you know, so that's why it rubs the false identifications in the wrong way. But again, everybody go at your own pace. Don't flip out, you know, don't get weird, you know, like, or think that, you know, if this is too much, you know, just because it is the identification. You identify, well, a devotee is not like this. A devotee doesn't cuss. Devotee doesn't yell. So see, all of that stuff, this rubs against that illusion, because the yelling becomes, when that's how you know when you're really kind of getting through stuff is you start to see that you like the roar, like Prahlad, you know, oh wow, this was great there, and he showed, you know, this great form. It did this amazing thing. It killed the demons. See? And basically, we do that with the words. These words killed the demons inside us. See, the roars and all that stuff. Don't have to physically, you know, mangle anything. The esoteric truth of that is the truth. You know, the expressions of real devotees, which is the expression of God in this world, destroys all of these illusions. And that's where the pain is the identification. That's all. And when you're getting through that, then you'll like the roars. You'll be like a Prahlad. You think, wow, this is great, man. Wow, look at this expression God is doing through this guy. You know, see, confirmed again.
It was from my side.
Even from his side. See, River's over there too, there, Freddie. Doesn't matter which side. When you're in the computer, you know, you're everywhere. It's like if you watch that movie Lucy, she started to take this drug, you know, and she kept taking it, man. And it's funny, it was a blue drug. It's like taking the Krishna drug. See, that's the reflection. It was a blue kind of thing, and it made her more and more intelligent. See, this is Krishna. The more we take that drug of Krishna, the more and more intelligent you become. And she became so subtle and so intelligent that she went everywhere into the computer system. See, it's all about Krishna. Isn't that amazing? It's all about Krishna. The yelling's about Krishna. The cussing's about Krishna. For Krishna. With Krishna.
That roaring and that yelling, and if you have been a Christian like some devotees, you've got to recognize that Jesus, he turned the tables, he yelled, he screamed, he gave names to the Pharisees, he called them snakes, he was, and I couldn't imagine that I would ever judge people in public and say you this and you that. But it's Krishna who's pushing you. It is
Yeah.
just like you do. I'm your disciple now, and I'm getting this. I can't. You can't stop that. You get a thought that flux needs to come out. It really, you you get a very clear sight, and he's pushing you to say that. I recognize that.
Yeah.
It's from the Lord. It's really Krishna who's yelling here. It's
Yeah.
really that's a powerful preaching. It's Krishna's presence.
Yeah.
That's just so beautiful, so attractive.
Yeah, it forces the purification in a sense. That's why it said whether people ask for it or not. Lord Chaitanya just pushed that Krishna, Nityananda, and they just pushed it on the people because they needed that. Otherwise it doesn't get done. It's just slow. I could not say anything about any of the groups at ISKCON. I could just walk around, and it would be fine. But it's not fine when when this is the time for the awakening. And I would be undutiful if I didn't follow this, and the order. It's all here. Here's your work, Gohari. Here's your work. Here are your friends. Here's your assistants to get this mission accomplished. Why would I would be neglecting duty? See, so now, that's the duty. It's like Prabhupada said, I could just be at Radha Damodar, and he was so nice there, just thinking about Krishna and writing my books and do that. And then he went like, no, but it's not my duty here. My duty is to follow the instruction of my guru. And he found his real joy was in that, not just doing what the order of the parampara is. Like I got the order of parampara, yeah. Teach the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, these important instructions. They'll awaken devotion to Krishna in the hearts of people that are ready for it. It'll purify the planet. So that's what we're doing, and it's great. I feel, like more inspired all the time. It's like Lalita said today. She said, like, you just do a little for Krishna, he gives you so much back. I feel that way too. I'm just doing a little, and so much comes back. It's like things I don't even deserve it. It's like, wow, man, just doing that little bit.
Yeah. I feel that like day in day out, Maharaj. It's like undeserving. I do not deserve this kind of bliss or happiness, but I get it anyway, and I'm glad and happy about it. I don't really like working my ass off to get anything, and then this is compared to me because I get things easy. I don't like pain, so yeah.
Yeah. That don't ask too many questions about that. No, just take the mercy, Lord. Okay, you want to make it easy? No
Yeah, I
problem.
mean, yeah,
Give it to me. It's like, okay.
I can't be bothered about the details. I just want the end result kind of a thing.
Yeah. That's good. Let's just go for the end result. Yeah.
Yeah. And Maharaj, I mean, like when you're talking about when you yell and rubbing off uh, in a bad sense, I think over 7 years there were times where I did feel like that on different aspects, but that's my because I have my set of contamination or projections or opinions that I come with, right? So that do
Yeah.
not go right with what you speak, and then it rubs off. And I have like whenever that happens, I have seen I take I was like there but not there kind of a thing, right? And eventually it did it I got to this point. I think it's if we just I what worked for me is whenever that has happened, I know it's these are things within me, because it's not just here that it manifests. I happen to move away from such kind of people, even outside, and now I have seen my perspective has changed. How I perceive people has also changed. It I do not judge people by things that I used to previously, and that's because I am contaminations in me are being washed away,
Mm.
and that's letting me fill myself up with the love for Lord more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, washed away. That's the thing. Sadhu Sangha. And sometimes it'll be painful here for some people, like if you think I'm yelling at you or something. But anyway, you're here. Obviously, you're meant to hear it. And that's the purification. If it gets too intense, just back off a little bit. You know, just back off, but don't go away. Don't go too
Can,
far. Yeah, go
can I
ahead
say
there.
something, Maharaj?
Yeah, please.
So I used to feel that quite some time ago. The yelling used to bother me at times when I'm going through purification. Now I understand it was purification that I was going through. Also, loud laughter. Sometimes you laugh very loudly during preaching. That also rubs off differently when we're going through purification. I used to notice that, but now I enjoy it. When you yell, I actually feel it forces all the misconceptions out. And sometimes it's like when I'm working, and when you increase the volume, when you're yelling the truth, it makes me notice. Take a notice. It's like, it's, I love that now. And when you laugh, I love that. But back then, it's almost like that Hiranyakashipu, when I read the pastime, he noticed the Lord because of the shrill laughter of the Lord. He was laughing very loudly.
Yeah.
Narasimha came out. And then he noticed, who's this guy?
Yeah.
I like to ask if your laughter also bothers, just for those who are going through such thing now. That might just be purification. That is purification. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
go through things like that in the past.
Oh yeah, definitely purification. Yeah, a lot of people they have to get through Lalita laughing all the time, man. A lot of people they just don't make it.
They don't believe it. Even in the sangha, they don't believe it. They can't hear it, etc.,
Yeah,
etc. But I
yeah.
can't help it.
I
Amen.
remember her laughter in the plane. Remember, Lalita, when you boarded a plane, you couldn't control your laughter once. And I remember that video. It was amazing. You were just laughing, laughing, laughing all the while in your seat. Everybody's taking a note. Who is she? Why is she laughing? Is she under some influence or something? And it's amazing.
That must have really
I
spun
can't
it.
stop it if I think about Krishna. If I really think deeply about Krishna, I start to love or cry. I can't help that. It's most of the time a mix. I can't help it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, man. I got to move around a little bit. I don't know about you guys. 3 hours, man. I got to, it's time to
Can
move,
I can
man.
I say a short thing?
Yeah. Yes, Tom. Yes. Sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot about you.
When you were talking about you also being um, um, pointing those arrows at people, you also have arrows and you target them. Then I had this realization, but the target, the arrows coming from here, they don't take life, they bring life.
They bring light. Yes.
Yeah, and then it can be a big misconception, or people they misinterpret that, but it's very healthy to see that these arrows don't take life, they bring life. It's a focus difference.
Yeah. No, that's true. See, that's the thing. See, they take life. They take your life. See, that's the whole point. That's the war. I had to get strong enough to be able to take back that life, and to keep it if it's meant to keep, because everybody has the choice and the free will to believe what they want. what's in their heart. They can believe this preaching or not. And I just try to convince people, why not go for the best thing? Why this is where the real high class sangha is. People said in Narayan group that was high class sangha. No, this is the real high class. High class is where you become a devotee and fulfill the life's ultimate goal, love of Krishna. That wasn't fulfilled there. So this is where to go. Somebody's got to say that truth, and it can't be said unless you're it. Unless you've been tagged by Krishna. That little game, tag them and you're it. Well, that's what Krishna does. He tags somebody, and says, you're it now, and you're it for the world. You're it for Vaishnavas. You Vaishnavas, I know it's tough to hear this authority, but the authority is here. It's been given to us. You're not moving an inch until you come here. You're not going beyond Vaidhi. You're not going to go beyond your speculations on Raganuga without the Raganuga. You're not going to get any nuggets. We got the nuggets here. We got the gold. If you stay in the Narayan Raj level, you're not getting you'll just be an intellectual guru. And for this life, people go, oh, your class was so great. Oh, Shamarani, give me mercy. Take me back to Godhead. And that'll just be a bunch of empty words, empty prayers, not fulfilled, because you haven't demonstrated, you haven't bound real devotion in this world. That's where you need to go. Where the real devotion is, the real devotees are, and the real deliverance is. It's that something, it's a formula. Devotion, devotee, real devotion, and deliverance is behind that door. And no other of these fake doors. They're all fake doors. Narayan Raj thing didn't fulfill it. You can be he's a nice guy and no problem. They're nice guys, but not good enough. You got to be pure goodness. That Lord has to choose you, tag you, and then you tag others. See, first you're it. He makes one person it. Then that person, okay, now you're it there, Lalita and Fani and Noodles and Tom and Freddie and everybody else. Now you're it. You've been tagged. Now you're in the game. See, we work together. And that's just the way you can't take that preaching. Too bad, and that's just, it's time for truth. Truth will set you free. I take Jesus's word seriously. You don't? Too bad for you. I take it all seriously, man. Bhagavad Gita 10:10, I take it seriously. I'm not going to anybody else that doesn't worship the Lord with prema. If you do that, don't do that, that's your problem, man. This is just a high standard here. This is high-class devotional service. We only go to real devotees. We only take real devotion. Okay? We only learn from devotees who have real bhakti. Otherwise, go somewhere else. I ain't going to Narayan Raj. What that teaching then? That's not high class. This is high class. So it's time. I mean, if you want to know, if you still can't if we can't reason with you, if you don't accept what's reasonable and logical, that bhakti is here, and that you didn't even learn, amazing. They didn't even learn what real bhakti is. And they're all Raganuga Sangha talking about the intimate pastimes of Krishna. How hypocritical. You got to admit you're just hypocrites right now. That's all. It's okay. Just admit what is. Not like, oh, he called me a hypocrite. I'm offended. What good is that? Just you're a fucking hypocrite. You're Radha Nuga Sangha, but no ecstatic devotion, and your gurus representing the Vrindavan, and you're fakes. You're hypocrites still. But Goahari, you're not a hypocrite? No, it's not hypocritical because the Lord is working here. He proves it every day he's working here. Where's the hypocrisy in that? Where the Lord is working, he's working. It's just straight. I don't have to be anything different. I can kiss 1,000 Rangalekas. He's still working here, isn't he? What is this? We're sitting with Lalita, close to a woman. So what's the big deal about that? Look at the ecstasy, and everybody is changing here, getting devotion and all that. Nobody cares about that. They're so worried about two bodies being next to each other, or Gohari kissing the disciple, which is a greeting, and they were so worried about that, but they're not concerned at all about real bhakti. I find that ludicrous. I find that stupid. Yeah, stupid, man. That's why I like Lord Chaitanya's real teachings. Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly spiritual master. Who gives a shit if they cuss? Who gives a shit if they gave a kiss to somebody? Who gives a shit that he's staying next to a woman? Hey, man, getting the job done. People getting ecstatic devotion. And it's according to the book. Lord Chaitanya said it, and Gohari's doing it. And nobody's concerned about the essence, about the real thing. They're all worried about externals, man. What does it look like, man? Looks like Gohari's homosexual. Yeah. As far as this thing from my mind, maybe you guys have what do they call it? Homophobia or something. Maybe you guys are. A lot of people, they got that stuff, They're afraid.
No contact with the vibrations of Krishna, that says it all. If they judge like that, they even don't see the ecstasy inside of that, the beauty. It was so beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's a cultural thing. How can you be so cold? In Italy and in Spain, all men kiss each other. My son said,
hold hands. Yeah. In India, you fucking hypocrite, you Vaidhi Bhakta hypocrites. You got all the Indians, they hold hands, And what, are they homosexual because they hold hands with two men holding hands?
Yeah, those things are very common, Maharaj, like holding hands. And I mean, we come close to each other so much.
Yeah.
It's nothing. And actually looking at that picture, I felt I didn't read what was about, but when I looked at the picture, I felt Lalita was taking a refuge.
Yeah.
Her face was so it gave me a feeling she was taking shelter, a refuge.
Yeah.
Under a tree, like you were like a tree under that.
I was ecstatic. I was really, we were chanting together, and suddenly, whom, I was gone. I was living in Vrindavan. They even don't see that. They even don't see that.
Yeah, all these things, that was a really transcendental time, and that's why it gets misunderstood. That's why the Acharya said, well, usually, you shouldn't show Vrindavan mood because it causes a disturbance. But then how do you give it to anybody? How do you share it with anybody? Can you imagine if I were preaching and didn't show anything? Would any ecstatic devotees be here? No, not even one. Because nobody knows what it is. How can if you're going to sell a product, you got to have a product, man. Now, what's your product in Krishna consciousness? Well, my product, a bunch of rules and ceremonies and regulations. Oh, my product is devotional service and Raganuga Bhakti without the spontaneous devotion. Well, that's not a very great product. You got Raganuga Bhakti without spontaneous devotion? What good? Why don't you come here where there's Raganuga Bhakti with spontaneous devotion? Isn't that just logical funny? Here we got Raganuga Bhakti with the spontaneous devotion awakening. But there in Narayan Raj and Radhakund Babaji's, they got Raganuga Bhakti, which without spontaneous devotion, therefore they got speculation. Without demonstration, man, that God has tagged you, you can't tag others, right? It's common fucking sense, man. I don't know why people don't.
Maharaj, it's amazing how it worked here. I mean, I've seen in Lalita's transformation, right? The way she used to show that ecstatic thing, but I couldn't get any explanations from her in the initial days. But now when I hear, it's amazing the explanations that she gives, and it's very practical. And that's the Vedanta that she got from that ecstatic worship, right?
Yeah.
So you give us the result. You make us sit on the throne first, and then we get the rest follows. You see, I feel my experience is I feel the liberation which they are looking after. Really, I can tell you, it's like you're preaching your word, the faith in your word liberated me from many of my misconceptions I had. And it's so free. I feel so free because of this thing. Now
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know I'm going to become very ecstatic in the future. That's the positive, if the positive fruit. I know I'm going to get that because
yeah,
I have the examples right in front of me in my own house, right? So,
yeah. It's
and they don't
amazing.
have that. They have it reverse. They think I'm going to mug it all up, mug the book, and spit it out,
Yeah,
and then I'm going to become ecstatic.
yeah.
It's just all twisted. I feel.
It's twisted. In all of Vaishnavism, I see nothing but twisted truth, twisted Vaishnavism still. I mean, it's a high standard. Lord Chaitanya's mercy, if it's around and it's here, it's so high standard, man. People can't believe it because it's like, go, all right, you're not what we are used to the standard. The standard of the person has to dress for success. But that's how people, they screw with you. They've always done this. It's like like politics. You go to the Vatican, right? And you got the external temple all painted up by the artists and the stained glass, and then you got all those guys dressed so nice, and they're singing the songs, whoa, whoa, perfect intonations. You think, wow, God's here. And usually it's the opposite. The fucking guy, the Pope, is a goddamn pedophile. That's the truth. Yeah, it's the head of the snake, man. These guys they're the one world government. They kiss the WEF, the Rockefellers and all that stuff. They kiss their ass because they're all, that's where the head of the snake is in Maya. And people believe this stuff is the pure thing. See? That's why you're bewildered on religion. You got to come to the truth, man. And you got ISKCON, which is a little mini thing of that. All of them are. All of those sanghas. There's poison in all of them. I saw there's poison in all of them, man. And we're here to siphon it off, man. And there ain't another person I've seen that can do it. You have to be tagged by the real Lord. And isn't it beautiful the way the Lord's working? Just by the verse. Lord Chaitanya teaches real religious principles through a low-class, fourth-class person. And now you see why. Because these guys are so fucking proud, so in illusion, and teaching the opposite of what the Lord was teaching. And so, hey, man, we're here to straighten everything out, man. And how can you do it? If you don't preach the truth, then there'll be no freedom here in this world. It's exactly what Jesus said. The conclusive truth will set you free. Lord Chaitanya's mercy is here. We prove it. We demonstrate it. We preach its principles. And whoever takes heart and soul to this preaching, you will know paradise in this life, as some have already. And that paradise just gets better all the time, which people are seeing here already. And if you can't get this, well, there you go. Go to the illusions there in Narayan Raj and ISKCONs and Radhakund Babajis who can't demonstrate the truth like we do. And if you still don't understand what's being said to you here, or you don't care to learn, well, that's your pot. That's your destiny. Nada. Nothing of consequence. Nada. Just a bunch of names and no secrets, mysteries of real revealed here. The glory, all of that you don't get. You got to, they're out like sitting. Let's sit at the feast. Let's pretend we're eating and there's no food on the table. But here we show you we got food on the table, man. And it's a lavish feast every day. Look at this, over 3 hours, eating. Yeah. Right there, Bonnie, jeez. We're
the
gonna.
moment they see the moment they see that there is something sprouting inside Maharaj, when it's like a little sapling that's coming to life, and then they consider it to be a weed. They just pour weed killer on it, and then they just want to kill it. They can't really see it. I
Yeah.
I remember as a child, I went to I visited a temple. I remember I was so happy. I don't know why I was. I think I wanted something. He gave me a rank or something. I really do not know. But then I went into the temple. I was so happy. And I remember I was just literally giving a flying kiss. It was so innocent, Maharaj. I was like in my doing my year 6 or 7 seventh
Yeah.
grade, I think. And then I was chastised for doing that. You don't do that to the Lord. What do you think He is? You're supposed to put your hands together and pray. That's what you're meant to do. I swear, after that, I never really had any impulse to. Even today, I do not really feel like going into the temples as much. I don't like it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just they can't see that you could actually connect with the Lord. That's something which they cannot see. They want him to be some VIP, and then you are absolutely a no man, and you cannot be. How the hell can you be doing what you're doing with him? You have no status or stature to do that.
Mm. Yeah, that's the problem. They want to keep a distance from the real Lord, and that's how they do it. Oh, you're too close. You're too close. Get back. Get back. Get back. So yeah, that's what we got going here. But hey, man, that's why we have our preaching, man. It's about intimacy with God. If you're not interested, well, hey, man, go to the Vites. They like the distance. I don't. I want more closeness, like Lolita. I like this closeness. I want to kiss Krishna. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're worried about me kissing a disciple. Well, that's why you're worried about me kissing Krishna. And that's what we teach here, how to kiss, how to nice French kiss Krishna. Yeah, yeah. Really French, with tongue and everything in there. Very intimate. So intimate that your tongue mixes with Krishna's tongue. You don't like that kind of tongue job? Then don't come here, man, because we tongue it. Very.
When you kiss your disciple on the mouth, you both are expressing that same holy name. You're a family member. You are
Family
so
member.
real associates of the Lord. You have the same blood, etc., etc. It's a beautiful
Yeah, it's a
symbol.
beautiful thing. Yeah, and these guys go, "Bleh, we don't like that. That's too close. Would Prabhupada kiss a disciple? Yeah, yeah. Well, Prabhupada did what he did, and Gohari does what he does.
Well, Jesus did it. Jesus kissed
Jesus
his
did it. He said, greet everybody with a holy kiss. St. Paul taught that. So I was actually thinking, oh, this is good. Greet everybody with a holy kiss. What's wrong with that? They the Vites always have problems with everything we show, right? Everything. Showing
They're
emotions. They don't like that.
hard-hearted.
Yeah.
Hard,
Showing the
hard.
truth. They don't like showing even washing the feet of disciples or kissing their feet or massaging their feet. They have problems with everything that's actually devotional. Everything Krishna actually did. Krishna he he washed the feet of his disciple of everybody actually. Everybody in the kingdom. That was his job, service at the Raja Yuja sacrifice.
And they can't recognize that. That's how
Yeah.
divinely they are developed. It's unbelievable. How blind can one be?
Yeah. So anyway, we're dealing with a bunch of blind people. So you got to expect there's going to, So we poke their eyes open. We just poke them with the truth, Just like on Facebook, they give you a poke. Well, we give a poke too with the truth. We got two little pokers here. We poke them. Boop, and they go, oh, what did he do? Poke me. Yeah, we're pokers.
I feel the truth is that they are so attached to their Vyasa-san, to their altar, to their stage, they don't want to share it with the truth even.
Yeah.
If the truth comes, they will not give it any stage, any attention. They just brush it away like something dirty. And that's really the essence, the biggest offense.
Yeah.
It's
anyway,
unbelievable.
This is a chance for people to go from Vaidhi to Raganuga. And because here you get a seat also. And the seat is next to Krishna. There, it's like you get the high seat and you're not real representative. See, that seat is for the real representative of Vrindavan. That's where that seat should be, a Bhagavad Gita 10:10 person. But no, everybody wants the high seat without being an associate or following an associate, real associate. So anyway, we're in that world of illusion. That's why a religion you have to transcend by the truth. And that's what we do. We give the opportunity. I mean, not everybody's going to do this. I mean, you can't expect everybody to get what we're giving. But those who are meant to will be drawn here. And if they're not drawn here in this life, another life they'll be drawn. This is, Krishna is going to try and get everybody. Okay, let's go, man. I got to move now. Hare Krishna, everybody. I'm ending the stream.